Hi everyone, Daniel here for Design Break, and today I want to talk about why, even though I'm a designer, I don't actually use an Apple iPhone. Instead, I actually use Google Pixel 4. So the first thing I thought I would say is I'm not an Apple hater like a lot of Android phone fans are. I have an iMac and a MacBook and an iPad as well, actually, and they're all really great tools, especially in the tablet space. There is nothing, in my opinion, that comes close to the iPad Pro, even if I am just using it for GarageBand. But yeah, with the Apple Pencil, it makes a fantastic design tool, and I have drawn up concepts for web projects and things on the iPad Pro using the pencil and Adobe Comp, and I've also used Procreate to do illustrations, so it's a really, really great tool. But I feel like a phone is a more personal device, and that kind of leads me into the first point. So the first thing I thought I would talk about is the customization. You have limited options on the iPhone to customize the experience, and this is just because they limit how much the apps can change elements of the phone. So for example, on an Android phone, you can install a new launcher if you want, which is like the home screen that you have. So you can have home screens that look different. You can add widgets to the home screen, so you can have like a notes section. So you swipe through your apps, and then one of the screens has like notes that you can quickly add notes to, or start a recording if you frequently record meetings, or audio notes if you have ideas and you want to quickly record them. There's lots you can do in customization there. It also extends to the personalization as well. So if you want to have a live wallpaper, for example, you can't add your own live wallpapers to iPhones. So you can personalize the experience much more. The Pixel especially goes even further with this. You can change all the fonts, you can change the icons, and the downside to this is it does give people the potential to really destroy the aesthetic on their phones by putting crazy fonts and crazy colors. But you know, if you have a design eye, or if you're a bit feeling more adventurous or creative, you can create a really nice, pleasing experience that uses a nice sans serif font, please, sans serif font, on your phone, and yeah, and it's totally personal to you, and so you get that kind of personalization. So the second, and this is actually probably the biggest thing, is the photography. So the thing I use my phone most for, ironically, is not calling, and it's almost probably not even messaging, but it's taking pictures. So I'll show some examples of pictures here that I've taken on the Pixel 4, and I think the debate between the Pixel 4 and the iPhone in terms of picture quality will go on forever, but in my opinion, the photos that you get out of the Pixel are they're just better, straight out of the camera. There's a lot of processing that goes into pictures now, even on the iPhone and on the Pixel. The actual taking of the picture is just one small part. These phones take at least 3 images, and in photography that would be kind of called exposure bracketing. But basically, you take one underexposed, one correctly exposed, and one overexposed, and then you can take all the information and blend them together to create an HDR image, which stands for high dynamic range, which just means you've got more information to make the image look better. And they both do a great job of it. A lot of the time you can't even tell, you know, which is better. They're just different. But there are some situations where the Pixel 4 just does a fantastic job. It has a really great night mode that can take fantastic pictures even when it's really, really dark. It's called Night Sight. And it can even take pictures of the stars. If you have it on a tripod, it will use kind of computational photography to be able to take pictures of the stars. So something I should say, if we're comparing the Pixel 4 and the iPhone 11 directly, is that the iPhone 11 has a wide-angle lens and the Pixel 4 doesn't. It only has 2 cameras. It has a regular and a telephoto. However, I've got around this issue with the Moment case and the 18mm Moment lens. And this basically allows the lens to attach over the main camera, and so you get the same quality you get from the main camera on your phone, but you get a wide-angle image. And so this is a great compromise. And I find that I used to have a wide-angle camera on my old phone, which was an LG. We'll not talk about how terrible that phone was. But there's really only a few use cases if I was taking pictures of a room and I needed the whole room, really only a few use cases, so that having the case with the lens is the perfect compromise, because it means I only need to take the lens and case on the specific times when I need that configuration. So the third thing I want to talk about was why I specifically went for a Pixel rather than all the other Android phones that that are out, was something broadly referred to as like the Pixel experience. And basically, Google make Android, and then when they ship their own phones, the Pixel, they add on Google-specific services, which leads to what's called the Pixel experience. So when you buy a Samsung phone, it's loaded with all the Samsung bloatware and their their apps and their launcher. If you buy a OnePlus phone or any other Android phone, they come with this other launcher on them. But the Pixel one has one made by Google, and they are fantastically good at designing software. So one of the great Pixel-specific features is the spam caller alert. So if someone's calling and Google suspects it's a spam call, it'll alert you on the screen. And what you can actually do is tell Google to answer the phone for you, and it will answer and it will start transcribing what the caller is saying. So if it turns out to not be a spam caller, and you can see that by reading what the person's saying on the other end of the phone, "Hi, it's John, please answer the phone," then you can answer the phone and pick it up. If you can see it's a spam call, you please claim your PPI, you can just click spam call. It'll hang up the call and report it as spam. So that's a great little feature. It has other great features as well, like digital well-being. I'm not going to do it justice because there are loads of features. Another thing that's been a feature on the iPhone for a few generations now, but is brand new in the Pixel 4, is Face Unlock. So it uses the same Face Unlock technology that the iPhone does. It has projects a dot grid onto your face and scans it in 3D. So it's very secure enough to use for banking apps. But it adds on top of that a radar sensor, which, skipping past all the technical stuff, basically means that it can detect your presence. So if I leave my phone far enough away, it will turn completely off. It will even turn off the ambient display. And it won't display anything, and that'll save battery. But when I'm near enough that it knows I'll be able to see the screen, it will turn on just the clock. So you can see just the clock there, and then if it detects my face, or if it detects that I've picked the phone up towards me, it will instantly unlock the phone. So it uses the radar sensor to basically tell whether you're lifting the phone up to your face or what's going on. It also has a few other quirky features where you can swipe over the phone with your hands to skip tracks and songs. It works okay. It's not brilliant, but they are improving it with the software updates. So yeah, hopefully it'll get better over time. So that's it. I tried to make the video quick, but I feel like I've rambled on for quite a long time. But yeah, that was just a brief overview of why I have a Pixel. Like I say, I'm not a die-hard Android fan. I really do like Apple products. And with the new iPhone 12, if they do commit to that shape that's like a sort of larger version of the iPhone 5S, that's going to got the flat front and back, really industrial design, I might be persuaded to go that way, because the design of the iPhone right now doesn't really inspire me. I'm not a huge fan of the notch, and the Pixel 4 doesn't have a notch, although it does have a giant forehead, as they call it. But yeah, maybe I will switch to iPhone eventually, who knows. But yeah, that's just been a quick summary. If you liked the video, please hit like, and if you subscribe to our channel, you'll get notified whenever we post new videos. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one.